Hi there, Phil Simborg for the USBGF. I have been asked to do a little bit more illustration and training and demonstration of the use of extreme gammon by quite a few people. So I'm going to do a combination of that and examine a checker play here. Let me show you how I set up a checker play. I go to File, New, Set up Position. Do I want to save the current position? No. And if I want to take all the checkers off the board, I clear the board. If I want to put them all back on, I can put them all back on this way. These are the basics of extreme gammon, and if you have extreme gammon, these are very simple things to do. It's changing the checkers around. You can remove checkers individually, and right-left click to put the red checkers on, and right-clicking moves the other checkers, your opponent's checkers. If you don't have extreme gammon, get it. It's the best software, and being a member of the USBGF, you get a 20% discount. And when they ask you where you heard about it when you log into Extreme Gammon to buy it, tell them Phil Simborg sent you. That's on one of the drop-down screens, and email me, and I'll give you a little extra help getting it set up properly. Because it's some of it's not real easy to figure out some of the best settings, and I'll be happy to help you with that. Now, I had a position come up the other day. Let me see if I can recreate it. I think I can come pretty close. I had a pretty good board. My opponent didn't have that good a board. He had 3 checkers back, and this is pretty much it. I had a checker on the bar and rolled a 2-6. I was pretty sure of the right play here, but I had some thoughts about it. So first of all, what do you think is the right play here? What would you do? You got to come in from the bar with the 2. Where's the 6? Obviously, you have 3 legal choices. You can come out to his bar, come down to your bar, or come down to your 2-point. All right, I hope you ruled out coming down to the 2-point. It's a matter of coming out to this bar or your own bar. And usually in situations like this, it's almost always right to go to your opponent's bar. But something told me, and I forget what the score was, but there was a score that wouldn't it be nice to be able to slot my own bar, and if I get away with it, the game's over. But I knew it would be too rich a play here. So I tested it, put it in. I'm going to hit the plus button, XG Roller Plus, rolls it out 360 times with variance reduction and a whole bunch of other fancy things. And sure enough, it's right to slot your bar by quite a bit, about 10% error, which is a real blunder. As you can see in red, it's a blunder to come down and make your own bar. So I began to wonder, what do I have to do to this position to make it right before it is right? That way I can understand it better. Well, before I start moving it around, I want the computer to remember this position. Of course, I could hit File and save it. The other thing I can do is hit the Control button and hold down the C button for copy. Control C. Now this position is copied to the clipboard so that if I mess it up and do anything else to it, I can always get it back by hitting Control V. Voila! There's the position and the roll and the score and everything exactly the same. All right, so maybe if my opponent had another way to hit me, it makes it more difficult to come out to here. Would that do it? I don't think so. I think I still come out to his bar. Let's see. Again, I hit plus. I can get a better reading by hitting plus plus. It is right to come out to the bar, but it's closer now. So this checker really did matter. It's no longer a blunder to make the other play. Let's take it to a higher court. I'm going to hold down the Control button and click on these top 2 plays, and then hit plus plus. And now it's doing it 360 times and another 360 times and all kinds of 3-ply, 4-ply combinations. It's way over my head. And it turns out to be pretty accurate between plus and plus plus. And if I really, really wanted to get a very accurate reading, I could highlight these and hit the rollout button, and I've got it set to roll it out 1,296 times. And I'll see you a little bit later. It would take a while, so I'm not going to bother with it. But again, it's not right to come down and make my own point. Wait a minute, I got something that could really turn it over. Now that I've got a stack on the 13 point. If I can come down now, I'm not really stripping the 13 point. Seems like it might be right now. Let's see if it's right. My guess is it's close. And it's getting closer. And now it's only a 0.025 error. Again, I'm going to put it in plus plus, but it's still wrong. What would it take? Well, again, I played around with this position and I found something that at first really surprised me. If I move these two checkers from his 4 point to his 5 point, now it's going to be right to slot my own bar in this position. Look at this. It swung it. What's the difference of him holding his 5 point or his 4 point? Well, part of the way I got some insight is to go the other route. Give him the 3 point, and it becomes even bigger to come out here. So how did this change it? What's the thinking? Extreme Gammon uses math. It doesn't use any logic. Unfortunately, I don't have the same math skills that Extreme Gammon has. I have to use logic. I have to find some reason for these plays. And I came up with it. I came up with an idea. I'm not sure it's the complete and whole idea, but it's my number one thought as to why I don't want to be here when he's got the 5 point made. He's very likely to hit me here. If he hits me and I don't hit him back, and I'm not favored to hit him back, and he makes this point, he's got a great prime. I'm helping him set up for a really great priming game, and I'm going to be in pretty sad shape, even though it's a 4 prime. With two checkers behind a 4 prime, if I'm not at the edge, it's going to be tough for me to get out of there, and he's going to be able to extend his prime quite possibly. However, if I put it there and he has his 3 point made, if he does hit me and make this point, he doesn't have a solid 4 prime. So I'm not as worried in this position about his making a very good prime after hitting me. And of course, this is sort of in between the two, but it's still a pretty good priming position. It's very close to a 4 prime with a single hole in it. So it's a much better position for a priming game for him. So the answer is I don't want to help his priming game. So again, playing with the position. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot the original position. Again, Control V, and there's the original position. I could say, well, how would I play 4-3 here? How would I play a 5-2? I can figure out how to play all kinds of roles and really get a lot more insight to this position. Then I could move this checker back down here and see how I play all the different roles that I could have. How would I play a 5-3 now? How would I play a 3-2 now? How do I play a 4-1? What about if I did have another checker back here? What if he only had 2 checkers back instead of 3 checkers back? Is that going to change any of the plays? So there's all kinds of ways you can play around with the position and change it to get more insights, because what you're really doing is you're forcing Extreme Gammon through your own cleverness and through your own investigation to tell you what's going on, to tell you why it's making the plays it's making. What we're always searching for is the why, not just the what. By the way, somebody said, well, you were really unlucky to roll a 2-6. I don't think it was that unlucky. There's got to be worse rolls than that. Let's see how bad a roll 2-6 is. Analyze, dice distribution. Well, 2-6 is on the lower part of the spectrum, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 rolls worse. It's in the lower 25%, but just barely. It's not a real anti-joker. Double 6 and 6-4 would be horrible jokers, and double 4 because you dance. Those are the really bad rolls. And aside from that, you have some other bad rolls that just don't play very well. I hope this was enlightening for you, not just about the play, but in the use of Extreme Gammon. And thanks for watching, and go out and buy your Extreme Gammon if you don't have it. By the way, what I'm doing here is testing a new version or a new update that's going to be coming out soon. Very happy to test these for Xavier because it gives me lots of insight and gives me an opportunity to give him my input on what things I would like to see changed in the program. And There's been a lot of upgrades since it first came out, and there's been a lot of improvements. This man, Xavier, the developer, is constantly looking for ways to make this program better. So that's another reason why, if you have Snowy, throw it away. I'm sorry that you paid $400 for Snowy and that you can pay $60 for this and get a much better program. It's hard to throw a $400 program away, but do it, because this is far better. And again, thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. I'm on my way to Atlanta. Of course, you'll be reading all about it if I win, and you probably won't hear a thing about it if I don't win. Bye-bye.